Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Round Up, where we cover the games that are going to take place tomorrow at Worlds 2022 group stage. It is the second half of Group A's games, so let's get into it. Down in the description, you see 3 links: Twitter, Discord, YouTube memberships. Twitter, follow me there, self-explanatory. Discord, join us with BS about League as it goes on. Today we had some discussions about the rumors of PCS, LJL, and LCO combining. So some fun, interesting conversations in there. And then YouTube memberships, $3 a month. You get a badge in the comment section. It supports me. I'd appreciate it. $10, you'll support me even farther. You get a badge as well. But for $10 a month, you get the badge, extra content, including a video that's going to come out after this one where I predict who I think is going to win these games on the board. Right now, I'm like 41-17, I think, or 41-16 throughout all of Worlds. So doing pretty well. Around where I was in summer, I was around 68 to 70%, and now that's pretty much, where I'm sitting. So, pretty good. Now, for the games, we have Fnatic and C9 starting us off. Last time they played, Fnatic obviously won. C9 0-3, upset 8-0-5, upset, and Berserker is what I want to watch. Berserker's probably been the only player on C9 that has been solid. I think that after laning phase and the team starts to lose, he just kind of softens the game away. So after that, I kind of just ignore what he's doing. Laning phase has been not great by any means, but I believe that if C9 doesn't give over Azir or Silas, this game might be a little easier for them. Obviously, giving up Azir to Humanoid has been a mistake for multiple teams this tournament, not only in group stage, but also in play-ins as well, I believe. So the fact of the matter is, you got to draft better. C9 has to draft better if they want any chance at winning. Unfortunately, C9 does open the day up. If you missed my video yesterday, I went over contenders, pretenders, and never was's. And if you stayed to the end of the video, you would recognize that I believe the whole concept of basing anything off of 3 games is a farce. So, really, this day all depends, in my opinion, on how the first game for each team goes. If the team comes out flat, if something goes wrong, that could ruin their whole day. If something goes well, all of a sudden, newfound confidence, things could look up. Like in this one, if Fnatic were to blow out C9, I think that would be good for them. Going into a game against T1, they're riding high, they have momentum, they have confidence. If they were to lose, that might end everything for them at this tournament. I believe that, you set the tone for the day, and to mentally reset in a 20-minute window, 15-minute window, I don't think is really really possible when you're about to play another really good team. So that's going to be a big deal for Fnatic. As far as C9 is concerned, I think C9 is all but out. I had them going into this event. I was fine with 0-6 as long as Berserker looked decent, and he has. So any result is whatever. T1 and Fnatic. So like I said, Fnatic have to play T1 after this. Fnatic may have won against them before. Humanoid 7-0-7. But I believe T1 comes into this game differently. Owner versus Razork is what I want to watch. I believe that matchup is the biggest gap. Zayas is obviously a lot better than Wonder, but Wonder can just go on, Ornn, Gragas, Sion, something like that, and still be relevant at some points in the game. Where Razork, I think, can be gapped by Owner, and if he's gapped by Owner, T1 can come out ahead. Keep in mind, the last time they played, Razork had Maokai. Does T1 give over Maokai? I doubt it. And if Razork isn't on the completely broken champion, how well is he going to do? So that is a thing. Obviously, Humanoid doing very well in mid is a big deal against Faker. We'll see how that goes this time around. But Owner versus Razork. I think Owner is the win con for T1. Let him get around the rift and make things happen. I also think that, as long as Fnatic, well, I don't think Fnatic's going to do the dirty crap in the pregame lobby like they were before. So that also probably plays a role. That was pretty ridiculous, in my opinion, especially coming from the team that had off Rift drama last year with Upset. They should be the last team to be trying to, mention things that are off the Rift with the trucks with T1 and the coaching staff with EDG. Fnatic should be the last team to do that. So it kind of just shows that maybe Fnatic, deep down organizationally, still has that toxicity that everybody blamed Adam on. I mean, Adam is relatively toxic from what I've seen, but the point is that toxicity is still there. So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm rooting for T1 in that one. I want Fnatic out of this, out of Worlds for that nonsense. So, C9 and EDG. EDG win over C9. Flandre went 4-1-6 on an Aatrox because, Fudge likes to pick these skill matchups, and it's just not working out for him. Blabber versus JJ is what we want to watch. So EDG are better in every role except, they are better in every role. Like, JJ's outplayed Blabber at Worlds. I had Blabber above JJ going into this event. Blabber has completely crapped the bed. JJ has been okay. Whatever. I'm not going to say that I feel I was wrong going into it. JJ was barely playing for EDG. Junjia was doing much of the work for EDG, and honestly, I still think Junjia is better than JJ. So, now that's out of the way. Blabber, if Blabber is the closest to his, opposition when it comes to Blabber and JJ. Flandre is so much better than Fudge. Scout, a lot better than Jensen, and bot lane to bot lane, EDG's bot lane is a lot better, playing a lot better. So if they do put Blabber on like Olaf and they go like Olaf Yumi, we were talking about in the chat, maybe something really cheese like that gives them a chance. Otherwise, we'll, go with the flow there. Fnatic and EDG. EDG 1, Viper 10-1-8 on a Sivir. Humanoid versus Scout is what I want to watch. Humanoid, obviously, has been Fnatic's best player throughout this event. Since the start. As far as Scout's concerned, Scout has probably been one of the weaker players for EDG, and it remains to be seen how he gets, going, because I don't think he's really taken over a game thus far in the 3 games. And if he can keep Humanoid in lane or punish him properly for trying to make plays happen, maybe EDG can win again. I think that game will be pretty close. Because I doubt Fnatic gives over Yumi again, which the fact of the matter is, when you give over a Yumi, things like this will happen, blowouts will happen. T1 and C9, T1 win. Gumayushi 11-0-4 on a Kesa. Guma versus Berserker is what I want to watch. So, like I said, C9 really doesn't have a lot to offer in terms of, like, competition to their opposition. So, Berserker, I want to see how he performs after, getting blown out a couple times. Maybe after losing a couple games here. Does C9 play a little more free? This is this whole, people wanted to mention it with 100 Thieves and why they beat EDG or whatever, that after elimination, all of a sudden, NA teams play a little bit better. So who knows what will happen in that one, because by that point, I expect C9 to be out of it. EDG and T1 won the last time. Faker 7-1-7. Flandre and Zeus is what I want to watch. Depending on how these games go, this matchup may just result in a rematch, afterwards in a tiebreaker format. So, how much do these teams give in draft? I don't know. I imagine the team that is second, that needs the win, is going to, be a little more, less secretive about what they want to play. They're just going to play what they think is the best, where the team in first may be able to hedge their bet and say, okay, well, we're going to go with this. And if it doesn't work, we always have the game after, right? So, or let's see what T1 brings out, or let's see what EDG brings out against us. And now we know going into the rematch how to play against that, or what to pick against it and do draft and things like that. Faker, though, really carried on the last time they played. Akali was his pick. But Zeus is, I gotta imagine he really loves seeing Jace on Nuguri. I mean, Nuguri on Jace, and I'm curious if he picks out, Jace. Or they draft around being able to get Jace out there and make it viable. It'll be real interesting. So that's obviously the best game of the day, EDG and T1. That's what we're all going to be looking for, and obviously that's why it's the last game, so the Eastern regions can watch it live if they would like to. So thank you for watching this video. That'll be it. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube member. And thank you for watching.